Welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of the SoCal Raider Report on this 2024-2025 season. Coming off of a massive win on the road in Baltimore. Yo, what's going on, guys? I can't believe it. Let's introduce our co-hosts and guests, of course, right off the bat, off the top of the mountain, off the big rope. Raider Joe, what's going on, baby?
Doing fantastic. These shows hit a little different after a Raider win, baby. So excited to talk about the win. Excited to, it kind of, for me, it changed the season outlook the way it came out. So we'll talk about it. But I also want to talk about my Dodger shirt that I'm wearing today. I typically wear all Raider Nation, but you got to represent the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani going 50-50 for the first time in history of baseball.
You know karate? No. Good.
Also, I'm going to represent him a little bit today, but obviously this is all about the Raider Nation too, so we'll go.
Okay, well, that might be bad luck. But also coming in from Pensacola, Florida on a special mission is Raider Joe Jr. Say what's up, brother.
Hey guys, I'm doing good today, representing the East Coast today for Raider Nation. I'm so excited for Sunday, and I'm ready. The Raiders are looking fantastic.
Yeah, no, it was a shocker, man, and we're missing today Reasonable John, the only person that really gave us half of a chance to win that game. So shout out to Reasonable John, and I know that he would love to be here, but today he's out there with his boys in the baseball field, so we'll give him a big shout out.
Would love to, but this is where I'm currently at. Till 9 o'clock.
Yeah, let's just real quick recap that game, guys. I mean, the first half was absolutely putrid. I mean, the defense obviously kept us in the game.
He's potentially getting a pressured look. Jackson Crosby's there, and Max Crosby's got him. Huge losses for this organization and the entire NFL. And you see the big hit by Crosby on Henry. And a give to Henry, and he is stuffed again by guess who? Max Crosby.
Gardner Minshew did not look good.
Minshew with time, and he is picked off. Marlon Humphrey.
But there was that fateful moment, Joe, that you brought up when Max Crosby got into Gardner Minshew's face.
You saw after that interception, Max Crosby going up to Gardner Minshew as he came off the field and saying, look, we got you. We got your back. Don't worry about it. You got to go get him next.
What'd you guys think about that?
I thought that was the turning point, and it might be the turning point of the season, to be honest. I mean, even right after that, something clicked with Gardner Minshew, right? Now they when he got the ball back, they didn't score, but they went for it on 4th and 2. And I think Devontae probably would tell you himself he should have caught that ball, even though it may be a little bit underthrown.
Yeah.
But I think something clicked, something clicked with him, and you could just tell he was a different player. And I'm excited to see how he can take that to the next level in the next game. Because if you could do that against a defense like Baltimore, it's just weird, man. When you watch the game, he's playing like shit again. It's like, oh my God, this season is going to be a disaster. And he threw a turnover, and then when you had Max Crosby basically telling him, we got you, just come on, let's play. And then
no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now I got some inside information. Did you know what he told him actually?
Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
There's no tomorrow.
There you go.
I actually just recently watched that video. I watched it the other day.
Yeah. But like, I think about this, like Max is not only saying we got you, and that's like, it's not like somebody's saying we got you and then they play like shit. The defense played awesome the whole night. Yeah. And the turning point was not only Max doing that, and then when Spillane got that INT.
Jackson, and that pass is intercepted by Spillane, or are they calling him down? Yes, that's an interception.
It was a whole different ball game, bro. I mean, the confidence was there, and you could see it, and I loved it, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, what'd you think, Junior?
Oh, I thought it was one of the best moments of NFL history is when your defense backs up the offense no matter what. Max Crosby was he's the reason we won both on defense and offense. The offense needs that supporting role, and Max Crosby was there to be that man to to be that cheerleader on the side. Even though we have cheerleaders, it means a lot more coming from your defense than it does from cheerleaders.
Yeah, no, I think I was looking at the stats, and I think that like 60% of survivor pools were crushed right there, because that was the upset of the week. And honestly, like, again, none of us thought that the Ravens were going to lose that game to us, but it's good to know we're back on track with our picks. If you guys watched our picks show, our prediction show, where everybody's back on track, we're all at 1-1. So everybody, including Chris from Protect the Shield, we all celebrate, because now, it looks like moving forward, we play the Panthers, those Panteras.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm stepping down.
And the only concern I have is that they benched Bryce Young, and we're going against the Red Rocket, who, the last time we played him, we all know what happened in New Orleans.
I think there's like the last 4 games we played against Andy Dalton that we've lost.
Yeah. And
he's 4-0 against the Raiders. I mean, this is a different Raider team, different Raider defense, and obviously Andy Dalton's 36 now, so he's a backup for a reason. But we gotta come out to play, and I'm not, I mean, I tell you right now, dude, if we lose to the Carolina Panthers after beating the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore in a 10 a.m. game where none of us really had a chance, we just want to be competitive. If we lose to Carolina this week, it's going to be probably the biggest disappointment of the season, right? And I might as well go in jail with P. Diddy.
Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Because I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be in a bad space.
Get the baby oil. Get the baby oil ready.
Right now,
I know what you do with $1,000 baby oil, son. Okay.
Right now, we're this year is on beating streaks. We just beat the 46, in a row streak of losing by 10 points, and we're breaking streaks. Andy Dalton, we're a different team. This is a way better defense. He's on a way shittier team, or not as good team. We're here to break streaks. We're gonna beat Andy Dalton and the Panthers. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at stats on the Panthers. They seem to have a terrible run defense, which that'd be a great get right game for the Raiders to get the running game going. Which from what I'm understanding on Antonio Pierce, looks like the Raiders are going to kind of abandon some of that zone blocking and go more, I think, power and more what suits Zeus. So I think that's something to look for. I kind of also still look at the injury report, guys, and at the end of the game, if you watch the game closely, you could see Colton Miller was getting worked on the side. It looked like Max Crosby was kind of banged up. I think his ankle's kind of messed up. Christian Wilkins was kind of banged up. So the Raiders come in a little banged up on the injury report. None of them were out, but limited. So and like you guys always say, this is the NFL, and anybody can beat anybody. And Lord knows how many times have we seen it, the Raiders come out with a huge win and then go out there and lay an egg. But I agree with you guys. I think the Raiders should win this game, better win this game, and then we move to 2-1. I think that'd be great.
I think this is one of those games where you can't. I mean, look, we made a stamp last week. We came up with a big upset. We can't come out, lay an egg, and barely beat the Carolina Panthers. We got to come out and beat them bad, and step on their necks when they're down. Just like we did against the Chargers last year when we kept ringing it up. So I expect that. I expect this team, the culture that AP is starting to. You're starting to see it. You started to see it last year. You see it this year, where they're all for each other. Last year we would have lost. There's no doubt in my mind we lost last year. We would have lost last year if McDaniels was still our coach. Down by 10 in the fourth quarter, that just doesn't happen to us in Baltimore to come back like that. Offensive line is still an issue, but looks like we're going to have JPJ make his season debut this week. So, to your point, this is a confidence builder for a running game, but one of those games where we're going to put a stamp on it and say we're here and let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. And I think a lot of fans, like we said in our previous show, this should be a sold out Raiders crowd. There should be not very many people from Carolina because they don't honestly have that many fans. I don't think a lot of people are going to take that trip. pay those tickets to go all the way across country to see their team, who is horrible, looks like the absolute worst team in football. So I really expect it just to be a party, man, and I just hope the Raiders don't party the night before and save the celebration for Sunday night.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Save it for Sunday night, guys.
Also, I saw the injury report. I saw Max Crosby on there, but there's no doubt in my mind that guy's playing. He would play with a broken leg all season if he could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I just
if you guys listen to his show, he has got a really good podcast too. And shout out to that show. I always enjoy hearing what he has to say. And yeah, from what he said on the show I listened to today, no indication that he's going to miss this game, and just full bore here. He's getting everything, and he's going to go for it all, man. And I just, like you guys said, the culture is different in this team. Things are definitely changed. The guys have bought in. They're fighting. Just to see AP at the end of that game, that speech, I'm gonna slip it in.
You got the Raiders chant. Give us a Raiders. Hey. Raiders! Hell of a job, man. Hell of a job. Hey, hard hat mentality. Yes, sir. First half. Big 10. Half hard mentality. Composure. Big 10. At the end, composure when we need it. And then last thing, I went to defense, especially some other guys on offense. Their best versus our best. Who's going to be the best? The Raiders, goddamn. The Raiders, all right? Coaches talk. We got to get better. Yep. We got to stop making it so hard on ourselves, fellas. It's a lot of self-inflicted, but they're a really good football team. But we played what we said for 4 quarters, all 3 phases, and we needed everybody. Tackle inside the 20, offense rolls down and gets thing, defense put a ball on it, man. That's how we do it, man. So let's smoke our shit. Let's talk our shit. The Raiders, wait. Gang on me, gang on 3, 1, 2, 3. Gang.
Here, because that was beautiful. That was a thing of beauty, and the motivation, the way that he motivates, I think it's just, again, it's another level, and the buy-in is tremendous, guys.
Mm-hmm.
The main guy on the injury report that I saw that's probably going to miss this game due to him not practicing all week is Divine Diablo, but he also hasn't looked too good in these first 2 games. So, time to try someone out, see if he's doing a little better than Divine Diablo.
Yeah, no, Divine Diablo has been kind of a bummer, man. He's not been that great. And, it's funny, his contract's coming up, and I don't really see the Raiders picking that up. I just wonder if there's somebody we could pick up mid-year that could help, just kind of with the linebacker core. But I think they like who they have. I think they like the young guys that they got there. So, yeah, without him, I don't think it should be that big of an issue because, again, Carolina really doesn't have a lot going. You know what I mean? I just expect, and again, we never know. We always hope. We cross our fingers, hope to die, stick a needle in our eye. We just hope that, honestly, we just hope, because if the Raiders lose, I am going to stick a needle in my eye. If the Raiders lose this game, guys, I'm literally going to stick a flipping middle finger needle right in my eye.
I'm gonna need like about 1,000 bottles of baby oil, baby.
Lube and baby, 1,000 bottles, like that could fill the Hudson River.
Freak offs.
Man. It's not gonna be good, bro.
that is insane. 1,000 bottles, like they rate your health as
freak off, bro. We're gonna be a freak off.
What the hell?
We were laughing about that. Even my students know we were laughing about that all day. We've been laughing about that for a while, and it's a good time zone, man. I like I was texting with you guys. Was really cool being here, watching the game. My daughter was involved. She didn't want to go in. She could feel the excitement at 2 years old. She could feel daddy's excitement, and just, I kept telling her, you want to go with mom? She's like, no. She just wanted to be right here and watch the game with me. And so it's cool. I got my little Raiderette with me now.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I was out in Vegas watching it at a little Raider bar, with our Raider family out there. And you could tell in the room that everybody was surprised that we were competitive. But it's almost like that vibe where, we're competitive, cool, but there's no way we come out with the win. And it came down to the very end. It was like, it just blew all our minds. And we were like, holy shit, this is a whole different team from the mid-third quarter on. If we can keep that up, I mean, who knows? The sky's the limit with this team when you got a defense like this.
But, I think we kind of knew. Just honestly, like from what we had said in our predictions, I know that first game was a disaster and it was tough, but, it was still like we were in the game. And it looks like from what we've seen, the way that, the Chargers handled the Panthers, I mean, it looks like they're a good team too. You know what I mean? And they're well coached and they have players. So, you take that loss in the chin, but coming forward, I think we beat a better team. I think we pulled through on the road on the East Coast. I mean, it just, we can't say it enough, guys. It's a shocker. And thank you to everybody that's been watching our show and supporting us. I always love to just let all the different groups I go in and just let them know like what we're doing, because, I'm proud of it. And I think that, 13 years of doing this show together, this may be the most exciting team we've seen so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Look, we're going to be competitive every game. There ain't going to be nobody that's blowing us out this year. When you have a defense, you're always going to be in every game. Even, the biggest frustration about the first game, and I don't want to go back to that, but is that you watch that game, you watch it again, we're just making mistakes. We're the better team. We just didn't win. And sometimes the better team doesn't win. But in this case, coming this Sunday, there is nothing in my mind that tells me Carolina even has a chance, except for the fact that they're an NFL football team. But we should handily win this game.
Yeah.
And I expect the mistakes when it comes to our team. We are a more junior team when it comes to the Chargers. We have a lot of more kinks, a lot of more things to work out than they do. Herbert's been in the league for a few years now as a starter. Probably more starting years than Gardner Minshew. Definitely more starting years than Gardner Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
The running backs are more experienced than just really anyone. One of the first round pick, Joe Alt. That's a fantastic guy to pick, and he did pretty good against Max Crosby. They're just a more, I would say, senior. By the time we play them later in the season, we're going to be a little more established, and we're going to demolish the Chargers.
It will be a totally different game. We're going to be a totally different team. I mean, again, we'll see this coming up Sunday, but I feel that we had a little breakthrough against Baltimore, and we're just going to keep going forward, and that's what I expect.
Yeah, no, I'm excited, guys, and we'll be all on there together, texting and getting ready, and then before you know it, a couple more weeks, we should get Malcolm Kuntz back, so that will help. But even the guys that like Snowden and those guys that came in, Robinson that played, again, the Raiders defense just was attacking, man. Lamar Jackson had nowhere to go, and if you look at it again, I mean, we've laughed because we watched it all probably like 3 times, but if you look at it, the secondary really had good coverage. And, whenever you're covering against Lamar Jackson, that's hard because, he's going to scramble. He moves, he did make some good plays, but for the most part, I felt like the Raiders secondary was dominant and really did a great job.
It's kind of like he's an elite player. So he's going to make plays. And the way the Raiders handled it is fantastic. And I tell you what, man, I mean, I'm looking forward to the season, looking forward to the next few weeks. I mean, we could come out of the next 4 to 5 weeks looking really good, man, because none of these teams scare me, and actually there's really not a team in the league that scares me, to be honest. And I know I'm overly optimistic sometimes, but I mean, we can handle KC, and KC was Super Bowl champs, and the AFC, the number 1 seed in the AFC, we just beat them. So
yeah, and even KC, the refs had to kind of help them get through that game against the Bengals. So yeah, well, I'm sorry, Junior, what were you gonna say?
The last team that the Chiefs lost to was the Raiders.
Yep,
for sure, and they're going to lose them again this year.
Yeah, I mean, even after we watched that first game, Joe, you were all over it saying neither of those two teams look like impressive to me. Like, oh, they're going to beat us for sure, and you're right. I mean, look at it. I mean, going to beat Baltimore on the road when nobody gave us a chance. That's huge. And then as you guys said, when the team continues to get better and gel, and as we get better with Luke Getsy's scheme and the offense, and obviously, Patrick Graham's doing a great job with the defense, things are looking bright, guys. So let's not get too.
We keep talking like, beginning of the season, Gardner Minshew is not a franchise quarterback, and that may be right, but there's been plenty of Super Bowls won by quarterbacks that weren't Patrick Mahomes, that weren't Joe Montana, that weren't those elite quarterbacks. And it's when you have an elite defense. And a lot of times those quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes is just there, gets them over the top, but the defense is really what wins it for them. I mean, how many Super Bowls did Brady win because they had an elite defense, So right. I think we're in the right spot. I mean, elite defense will make a subpar quarterback look fantastic. And And the way Gardner Minshew looked at the second half, I mean, I can deal with that. I can deal with that all season, baby.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love how they pushed the ball down the field. They finally, were being a little more aggressive. I was a little skeptical about that fourth down attempt. I thought they should get the points, but I think it kind of, if anything, it just inspired the guys on the team and just said, hey, we believe in the coach. We believe in what he's doing. He's going to be aggressive. And it worked, you know what I mean? So I hope they just continue to be aggressive. I hope they continue to push the ball down the field and make it an exciting watch for us, guys. I mean, shoot, I can't wait till Sunday. Just get me to Sunday,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right. Well, anything else, guys?
I'm good. We're getting close to little Joe's baby shower on first weekend of October. So family's coming soon, and exciting times in the Valdivia household. Another Raider Nation coming. Another Raider getting born soon. So we'll be good.
Yes.
Raiderette. Yeah.
Do we know anything about that? Is it Raider or
Raiderette?
Raiderette.
Yeah.
Another. All right.
Yeah.
Justine's gonna have a homie right there.
That's right.
All right, man. Well, we're excited. I'll keep them in your prayers. I'll keep the whole family in prayers, and we'll just keep going and communicating and looking forward to more Raider action, you guys. So thanks again for jumping on with me, and thanks again for Steeler John for giving us some inspiration with his poem last week. That was epic. And yeah, man, guys, keep tuning in to the SoCal Raider Report. We do it for the Raider Nation. We love you all. All right, guys. Good night. Go Raiders.
Raider Nation,
Go Raiders.